Okay, today on the Rudebuoyz, you're gonna be talking about how people kiss rich people's bum and look down on other poor people. And I'm gonna hit on the boomers again a little bit because we had some boomer incidents here recently, where I work. So we're gonna talk about them today, coming up on the Rudebuoyz rant. On the Rudebuoyz rant.
All right, raise your mic up a little bit more. Well, yeah, you're gonna have to get that closer to your face. All right, ready?
Rudebuoyz, we're upon the scene and ting. This is the dirty immigrant.
The Scotland.
Yes, I. You know what I mean. And today, man, I'm aggravated about that stuff.
Wait, you tell the people what that stuff is.
Well, like what the intro said.
Yeah,
poor people kissing rich people's butt. And looking down on other poor people. I know we've discussed this before, but the more I go through day-to-day life, the more I see that stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll be honest. I work as a bagger at the grocery store.
Mm-hmm.
And these people come in and they look down on you.
Oh, yeah. Which is interesting because you tower above. They act like you. They went to college. I got graduated. There is no jobs to be had in this area. And if the good jobs to be had, nepotism running rampant. Oh yeah.
You know what I'm?
Well, that's because it's hard to get the job. So
they're looking out for their peeps. I totally get that. I'm not angry at the people who get the job because their uncle or their daddy knew someone who knew some. I'm not mad at them. It's just happening. That's the point. You know what I mean? But the whole
it's a little frustrating though when you see somebody get a job of something that they really don't deserve it.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
When you see somebody because they kissed butt or, because they know somebody who knows somebody who knows somebody and they got a job and you're sitting there going, really?
But see, the thing about it is though, man, kissing butt doesn't always work. And here's the reason why. Okay. Dude is kissing butt. You understand what I'm saying? Then boom, he ends up in the hospital. So a concerned other person was asking, which hospital he in? Can we go visit him? I don't know. But he was kissing your butt the whole time for the last 3 months. Y'all were like this. But you don't really care if he's dead or alive?
Well, but that's because that person can no longer do something for them while they're in the hospital. But as long as you're there kissing my butt, oh, yeah, sure.
Dude.
This is wonderful.
The compassion is gone.
Mm-hmm.
I remember when somebody got sick before, everybody's like, you go visit them this time, this is a hospital, da-da-da-da. Not anymore, man. People don't care.
Dude, when I had my neck surgery, you and Anthony, that was it, who came to see me. You and Anthony. That was all.
Yeah.
I knew some other people who were in town. Didn't bother.
I'm telling you, dude.
You and Anthony, that was it.
If you was rich.
Now, Brandon and Annette did come to see me almost immediately as soon as I got out of the hospital and was back at home. Yeah. Brandon even admitted, he said, I'm sorry, I can't go in a hospital.
Yeah.
He said, when you're out, I'll come see you. He's like, I can't do it. That I can understand.
Yeah.
And he even told me while I was in the hospital, I can't, I understand that, but I definitely knew plenty of other people. Did they bother come see me? No.
Dude, if you was rich, they'd come see you. And they'd go buy something expensive to impress you, too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, dude, I don't understand. This is the only country I've been to where people are just kissing rich people's ass till it's not even brown anymore. It's pink. I mean,
the lips change the color.
Listen, that's why we have leaders like we do here. If you go across the board, dude, it's all rich people.
Cortez wasn't rich when she ran. She's just a bartender. What does she know? And that's poor people talking.
Mm-hmm.
A poor person want a seat there and you bash them because they was poor and you're poor. I don't get that.
Yeah.
If rich men was smart, you would have money in your pocket. Yeah, they're smart, all right. They're keeping it all to the damn self.
Mm-hmm.
And you ain't got nothing.
And people, we're not talking about just the man who's sitting in the White House.
No.
We're talking about all of them
Rich
up
people.
there.
Yeah, that's why I say rich people. I didn't mention
Yeah,
Trump.
I know. But you know, before people think that we're only trying to rip on him.
Yeah, well,
I'm throwing that out there.
I personally don't think he's rich. I think he's just fronting. So I ain't talking about him.
No, he's definitely rich.
No.
Well, he has been.
How many
What are you talking
bankruptcies? 5, 6?
Yeah, but that's what helps keep him rich.
Anyway,
that's what helps keep him rich is because he knows the way around the system.
Yeah.
I'll be able to keep my money if I file for this and can rip that off.
That's the thing too. Oh, he's really smart for doing that. He's ripping you off.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And
this was before he was president.
Yeah,
so,
you filed for bankruptcy and see how much money you gonna get to keep.
Yeah.
Dude, it's
we should have been videoing this. Your reactions are funny right now.
I don't understand. I don't get it. I mean, people don't buy stuff for quality anymore. They buy stuff for name.
Mm-hmm.
If the Kardashians put their name on an awful lipstick that flakes everywhere, girls are gonna be like, "Oh, but I'm wearing Kardashian."
I got another one for you. Certain former softball player. I'm not going to say her name. We were standing outside of this little ice cream place one time a couple years ago, and this expensive car rolls into the parking lot. And look, I like cars. Now, I mostly like classic cars because I like the style of them and all that. And too many newer cars, you really can't do a whole lot more with style because they're trying to keep everything aerodynamic and all that, and there's only so much you can do, blah, whatever. So this expensive car pulls in. It's not even that good looking. This thing's basically a block. I mean, it is not that good looking. And she goes, "Oh, it's so pretty." And I thought, man, if somebody stuck a $300,000 price tag on a beat-up old Honda, you would go, "Oh, isn't it just so pretty?"
Yeah.
Like, shut up.
And, of course, Connie driving it.
Yeah. If you could get that car that you just called so pretty for $10,000,
yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah.
But, like say the Galaxy that I used to have, if that was a car valued at $250,000, oh, isn't that just so pretty?
Yeah.
Now, of course, I already thought that car was beautiful, but then again, that car wasn't that kind of a collector's item. But if it was one of those that could roll across, that auction block, and people are just raising their hands left and right, going, oh, 252, 300, whatever, people will be like, "Oh, isn't that just so pretty?"
And all the girls are like, "That car is so sexy."
Mm-hmm. Yeah, did you see how much he just bought that for?
Yeah,
uh-huh.
He's so sexy, walking around looking like Flavor Flav.
but I mean, that goes to exactly what you're talking about. It's the price tag that makes somebody go, "Ooh, isn't that just so nice?"
Oh yeah,
yeah.
You know what I mean? And I don't.
Now I'll admit there are a few things that I buy that, I guess if you want to call it because of name brand, but I know at least with these certain things, it is better quality than the El Cheapo stuff.
Yeah.
And it's because I've tried the El Cheapo stuff.
Yeah.
And I'm not talking about, obviously, buying a car or whatever. I'm talking about just regular things that you'd get at a grocery store or whatever. It's like, I could save $1.50 if I buy that one, but I know this is actually going to be worth the extra $1.50 or whatever it is.
Yeah, no.
But
I
yeah,
mean,
but I'm not going to go buy $100 shirt just because somebody's. Now, granted, I have bought obviously some football jerseys. Those things were expensive, unfortunately, but you can't find football jerseys for $20 over the other ones that were $100. You know, it's
But
like
you
if
see,
you
but
want a
here's the
football
thing.
jersey, you unfortunately got to fork out $100.
But here's the thing: you don't wear your stuff. They're hanging in your apartment. As
Well,
a
I used
trophy
to
thing,
though.
You know?
I used to
Yeah.
though. You remember that, man?
Yeah.
I used to wear them just every day, basically.
Yeah, you know, but now they're hanging up there as trophies or something.
Yeah,
You know what I
yeah.
mean? But these people buy this stuff and they want to walk through the hood. Yeah. Look at me, man. I got on the Joe Montana. Blah 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 blah. You don't do stuff like that.
Well, I don't go
you
walking. I
actually-
don't go walking
you-
through the hood.
you
I was walking
actually-
around campus wearing that stuff,
Dude,
though.
you're in a hood here. This is a hood. You know what
But I mean,
If you-
I
if you
walked around.
step up-
I walked around campus wearing
Yeah.
it. I went to class wearing
Yeah.
them. But I mean,
If you step off campus, you're in the
Mm.
hood. I mean, look, where you live, boom, downstairs, bling, SWAT. I mean, you're in the
well,
hood, dude.
yeah, that dude's gone. Luckily,
And that's not the only place SWAT busted into over there neither. On the other side, I had a friend that lived there. She said SWAT was over there because when I was talking about it, she said, "Yeah, I remember that." And then we realized we talking about two different incidents.
well, there was also too the one. Remember where when I told you when my dad came
Yeah.
to go to the doctor visit with me before I had my neck surgery because the only surgery I've been through, I was 2 weeks old. So,
Yeah.
it's like, I have no idea what I need to ask the doctor. So my dad came, and we're sitting there watching a movie, and we hear this noise, and I hit mute. And it wasn't for the guy downstairs. It was down a little bit, and we're hearing, "This is the police. This is your last chance to open up." And my dad and I just looked at each other, and I just said, "Don't tell Mom." And he goes, "Okay."
Yeah, so
But, yeah.
you step off this campus, you're in the hood. You know what I mean? Just
But I'm saying though, like I used to wear that stuff, and,
Yeah.
and the thing, well, okay, I wasn't wearing them in the sense of I'm walking around thinking, yeah, that's right, I'm wearing this, 50.
Yeah.
Because at the time when I was really buying a bunch of them, they were only $50, and then
Yeah.
unfortunately they kept going up, and that's kind of when I stopped because I thought this is getting insane.
Yeah.
I can't keep affording this, but I wasn't wearing it in the sense of, hey, look, I'm wearing this expensive shirt. It was, man, I got a Jerry Rice jersey on. It's,
Yeah,
oh, man, I'm wearing a
yeah.
Randy Moss jersey. It
Yeah.
wasn't, look at that. Look at how much I spent for this shirt.
And that's what most of it is right now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Look at that. And so many people are on Facebook living $1 million dreams with EBT cards. You know what I mean? It's like,
Yeah.
but it's like the rich could listen. This just tells you everything. There's a couple of things I saw on Facebook. This just tells you everything there.
Mhm.
Some rich politician in New York was telling people, "Don't you drink and drive. It's wrong." And then they arrest him for drinking and driving. You know what that means? I'm rich. The law doesn't apply to me.
Exactly. Yeah.
That's what that means
Yeah.
there. But they can't see that. I'll vote for him again. Leave the man alone. If you want to have a little bit of sauce every once in a while, let him do it. No.
Oh, we should have been filming this.
You know what I mean?
Your faces right now, your little twists
know?
and reactions and all that.
And then I saw
Oh,
something.
man.
Okay, there's a thing going around, and I think the original is where the cops is holding a cardboard thing of homeless people stuff.
Signs that got they say got
And they said
confiscated.
it's a quilt.
Yeah.
Now somebody redid it, and they put up a sign that says, "We're not here to protect you. We're here to protect the rich." And they just went off on that. You know what I mean? And I'm sitting there. I've been saying that on the radio since 2000, way before Trump has been in power.
Yeah.
They're not here to protect you, dude.
Yeah.
They're here to assume that you're guilty, especially if you're walking in the wrong neighborhood. And it's not just black people.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, they see black people quicker. But if you're poor and white and you have long hair and you look hippie-ish and you're in a rich area, they're going to stop you.
Mm-hmm.
And they're going to search you. Or if you're one of those white kids that have their pants hanging down, they're going to stop you.
Oh,
And
yeah.
they're going to search you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But oh, God. So it's all about the rich people. It's not about you. And you're 90%. Think about that.
Mm.
It's all about the rich. That money, dude, money is the root. I know this is cliche saying,
Yeah.
but it is the root of all evil. It is. You
Mhm.
know, you think they're going to solve the drug problem? Somebody's making money off of that.
Oh,
They're talking
big
about
time.
privatizing
Privatizing what?
the postal service. Now we're going to have to depend on the rich man to give us our mail.
Oh, man, I wonder how much stamps will cost then. Dang.
Yeah, they say by what, 2021? They're thinking of privatizing it?
Mm.
We're going to depend on the rich. Listen, people.
They're going to privatize everything.
You understand what I mean?
Yeah.
Do you understand what I mean? Do you really think corporations care about you? It's like, people always coming in there. Okay, here's where the boomers come into play.
I knew we were coming back to
I'm
that.
working and thing, and all of a sudden, I heard, and I'm not going to say the store name, I'm going, grocery store, you need to get some cashiers up here now!
Oh, wow.
It was a customer on the intercom.
How did they do that?
I guess he figured out how to use it. He just walk up there or register, pick up the thing and hit the thing and scream in it.
Wow.
Boomer!
Wow.
All the younger people were waiting in line, and the funny part about it is, and then he tried to fight with a manager.
Wow.
Boomer. Those are the most entitled, selfish, self-centered people I have ever dealt with in retail.
Wow. I would never even think of grabbing somebody else's intercom to do that.
Yeah. And then talking about, you want to take it outside?
Oh, my God.
Boomer. You know what I mean? They come in there and they expect you to just like drop everything. It's them.
Yeah.
Another thing I'm starting to get really upset with too is I don't mind helping some people out.
Mm-hmm.
But when you come in there and you got 2 carts full of stuff and you're like in your late 60s, early 70s, I know you ain't eating all that food. I know for a fact there's probably some teenagers in your house. Make those teenagers come and help you. And then you complain, oh, they don't know how to do anything. They didn't learn anything. You didn't make them. My mom made me. Your mom made you. Your parents made you learn stuff. And they were baby boomers, or they are baby boomers. Yeah. Now, there are some smart baby boomers, like me and your moms. But, and of course, baby boomers is according to culture, because where I'm from, baby boomers don't act like this.
Yeah.
A baby boomer where I'm from would sit a kid down and say, listen, this is what this is this, come on, let's do this, you know what I mean? They parent, even though they're not the parent.
Yeah.
But these boomers here, they're not teaching these kids anything and expect them to just like learn it.
Well, didn't the saying used to be it takes a village to raise a child? Well, I guess they're hoping that the village is whatever they're reading on the internet will raise the child, because they're not going to do it. You can learn it from TV. I'm gonna go do this instead.
And in turn, to a certain degree, the boomers raise even more selfish people, because a lot of them have kids that are around 18, 19, and them kids don't want to do nothing.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
They learn that from the grandparents.
No, they're learning it from their parents, man.
But it's filtered down. You know what I mean? Like your grandfather's generation and like my mom's generation, totally different. That's why, some of us boomers actually learned some stuff, because that generation actually taught stuff.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Then comes the boomers, and they're like, well, yeah, we're going to fight against the Vietnam War. And and I totally understand where they're coming from. But then when they do that and all of this and all of that, they think, no, well, we know best.
Yeah.
Everything. You know what I mean? And then you have to listen to the boomers talk about, well, we got to bring Jesus back into the school. Really? You guys perfected the nuclear bomb while God was in schools. You remember when you all used to run under the tables and hide because there was possible nuclear bombs coming your way?
Yeah, and that ain't going to save you.
But exactly.
Sorry to tell you, that's not going to save you.
You know what I mean? Teachers were willy-nilly sleeping with students with no repercussions back then. You talking about, and that's what, that's when you said God was in schools, right? These boomers don't know what they're talking about.
Hang on, wasn't it some of the boomers anyway who pretty much took God out of schools?
Exactly.
Because some atheists decided, well, my son or daughter shouldn't have to say under God while in school.
Because we fought against the Vietnam War.
Yeah. So that was boomers who helped take it out.
You know what I mean? Here's another thing about I know. Let's marriage the rich man and the boomers.
Okay.
Who is in power? Rich boomers in the Senate, rich boomers in the Congress. Poor young person come to Congress. She's crazy. She don't know what she's talking about. Have her shut up. Look at her. You understand what I mean? Boomers in charge. The mayor. The governor. Let's keep going. Boomer, boomer, boomer. Rich boomer. Rich boomer. Rich boomer. Well, you know what?
And who will be handing it off to their kids.
Yeah.
Who have gotten everything they've ever wanted.
Yeah.
You know, and they might be 25 years old and they'll still throw a temper tantrum.
Oh yeah.
You know.
Actually,
I mean, like somebody I knew who was finishing up college, and she ended up getting a brand new expensive SUV. And I said, what happened to your old car? And she, oh, there was nothing wrong with it. And I said, well, then why do you have this? And she goes, well, my grandparents bought my brother one, and so I basically threw a fit. I'm like, well, if he got one, how come I don't?
So the boomer went. Here's the money.
Well, grandparents.
But those are boomers, aren't they?
No.
Oh, okay.
They're a little. They might be the tail. Like I don't know, maybe like right at the very beginning, but
they were before the boomers.
Yeah,
well,
possibly.
Good Lord.
But again, that's again rich people giving.
Yeah,
and I've said this before. Especially if you didn't come from much, and you now have, I don't see anything wrong with saying I want to give my kids the best. I want to give them what I didn't have. However, you probably shouldn't just go, oh, here you go, oh, here you go, oh, here you go, oh, here you go, and give them everything they want. Because then they're going to assume then for the rest of their lives, I can get whatever I want.
See, my mom used to say, God bless the child as have his own.
Mm-hmm.
What I'm going to give you is an education, bro. The rest of that stuff is you make it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's not like she's not going to help.
Yeah.
But she's going to help.
Yeah.
She's not going to she never handed anything to me. Like she helped me go to nursing school.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? She's giving me that education so I could get to where I'm going, even though I didn't take heed. Being the boomer, I think I know everything.
Oh, gosh.
You know, and I guess I'm being unfair to a certain degree to boomers. I should say rich boomers are the problem.
Mm-hmm.
But then the dude yelling on the thing, that's a poor boomer.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you, man, they'd come in there and they act like if you're their slave. Just taunting themselves. Oh, yeah, help me out. Jump, 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 jump. You know, and have you walking behind them like you're a little boy or something. No respect. And the thing about it, too, is I hear them talking always like, well, it's your fault, you have a job like this.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah.
Just because you're doing good doesn't mean everybody else is doing good.
Yeah.
It's like, I talk to rich people. For some reason, they like me. I guess because they realize I'm more
fill a quota.
Well, no, I'm more educated than them, so they like to talk to me.
but you fill that quota that can allow them to say, I have a black friend and an immigrant friend, too. Yeah, you're filling a couple of...
and a tall friend, because that's three discriminated groups.
There you go. Well, I mean, what was it, when you're in school and you're trying to find that one elective that can fill this requisite and this requisite? Oh, maybe I can get that one, too. See, that's what you're doing. You're just filling those little spots that they can check mark off. Like, oh, yeah, I have a black friend and I have an immigrant friend. So there, what do you get?
Yeah, it doesn't work for them with me because I check them on it all the time. Especially when they run them out and say stuff like, well, it's the immigrant's fault. It's like, really? I'm the only immigrant you know.
Yeah.
Oh,
don't ask me to help you again then,
No. I don't take the higher road. I take the human road. I help them again.
Mm-hmm.
That's the human road. But, yeah, dude, this money thing is just getting worse and worse.
Yeah.
Nowadays, too, and I'm talking about my experience.
Mm-hmm.
Parents, when they say they want a man to take care of their daughter, and I'm going to say daughter because I'm hearing a lot of that anymore now because we're going back.
Yeah.
We're making it great again. They're not talking about somebody who is going to love, cherish, and show compassion.
Mm-hmm.
That's part of it, but it's an undertone.
Oh, yeah.
They want somebody with the house and the car. Listen, and I said it on here before, that whole white picket fence, 2 car, 2.5 children, that's gone.
I like the 2.5 children.
That is gone.
2.5 children, okay.
Yeah, that is not coming back. That is gone. You know what I mean? That was never the the prototype for a family at all. That's just one culture saying this is what it should look like. Hell, the Chinese said, no, don't have any more than 2. Look how it worked out for them. You know what I mean? You can't put certain laws on natural things. It's going to happen. It's going to happen. You know, but rich man want to control stuff because the rich man want less competition. The less people, the less competition. Like right now, I have a YouTube channel, right? And I'm telling you, man, rich people who own YouTube now because Google does, they're probably going to kick me off this stuff for saying about because Google does. They are trying to squeeze out the poorer creators, and of course everybody. No, there's people on they call influencers. You know, those are the ones that
social media influencers.
Yeah.
Like, you know what? But they're not influencing anything
the pockets.
Positive. You know, they're influencing. Oh, you should go buy this expensive thing, and oh, you should do this.
Yeah.
And hey, look at me while I yell at this person who's lesser than I am.
Yeah,
you know, I mean, they're not influencing anything positive.
No. You know what I mean? No, I don't know who. YouTube has some copper law or something, Children's Act. They don't care about the children. No, you think about it, okay? They come in there and they said, every creator is responsible now. And if you break this thing, $42,000. Up to $42,000 fine. I can't pay that.
Well, think about even though the FCC laws when we first started here at the campus radio station. I mean, the minimum fine I think was $8,000.
Yeah,
I was like, man, we are college students. This is a non-commercial station. I mean, dang, I mean,
yeah, you know what I mean. I think with YouTube it's a deliberate attempt, and I'll tell you why too. And this goes back to rich people doing stuff to maintain their riches. But, they did this whole thing. Like, even if you have Christmas in your title, that could deem to be for children. And then if you don't market us for children, which if you market us for children, you don't make no money. But if you don't deem market, they could give you that $42,000 up to $42,000 fine. So all these small creators now are going, well, hey, is it worth it? You know what I mean, to do this? Now here's another thing that they're doing, and you tell me, now they realize how many poor people are getting rich off of YouTube. They're like, oh hell no, that's competition for my babies. Okay. There's a lot of independent news agencies, right, on YouTube. And of course, a lot of them is opinion stuff, but a lot of them is straight down the middle. MSNBC and CNN, and they don't want you them straight down the middle. You know what I mean? Because they are buying off the damn politicians to get what they want to do. Okay, so here's what they're doing. There's this one show called the David Pakman Show. I don't really watch him a lot, but whenever I watch him every once in a while, and he was airing the impeachment hearings. Okay. All of a sudden, I think it's CNN and NBC slap copyrights on the dude. But hold on, he wasn't using that stuff. But there was a period of time where he was making a good bit of money. So they slap it in there so that he wouldn't make any money. My man went on vacation for a week and came back and had 20 bogus copyright thing from these big companies. But he's not using any of the stuff. He's not using any music. He's making his own music. He's not using anything of theirs.
But let me ask you though, where is he getting the video for it? That's the problem.
Not from them.
But where is he getting the video from?
He's getting it from
if he's filming it himself, then that shouldn't be a problem.
He's getting it from CBS and stuff. Because here's the deal: they know it's not theirs. Because when he go ahead and appeal it, they say, "Oh, we're sorry, we didn't know it wasn't ours." They do it on purpose. They know it's not theirs because check this out. One day they did it, and he was using somebody. I think it was PBS's thing. One day they did it. And then they apologized and took the copyright down so he could start doing. And the very next day, they jump on his ass again and put another copyright thing on him, knowing it's not theirs. You tell me they're not trying to kill them. And YouTube is saying stuff like, well, we want to get our stuff from reputable places now. And the reputable places is what? CNN, Fox, all those opinion poll news people. Not people are going to tell you the truth.
I just, with something like that, though, you do have to be careful what you use.
Oh, yeah.
Because,
yeah.
like, okay, for me as a sports person, I know that I can't try and cut my own NFL highlights and then have my own NFL highlight show.
Yeah.
I can get in trouble for that.
Yeah.
Unless I get express written permission from the NFL and from all these places.
Yeah.
So I know that if I did that, I can get in trouble for it.
And that's understandable. He wasn't using this stuff. He deliberately not used their stuff because they're doing that to everybody else. So he deliberately not used their stuff. And they're still slapping copyright stuff on him to screw his money up.
Well, Facebook is the music companies are really hitting up Facebook hard because I've had several of the the Facebook live broadcasts from softball games get taken down because they heard 50 seconds of one of their songs.
Yeah.
50 seconds, that's it. And all it was during basically a break for me while I'm on air with WMUL. It's able to hear the song that the stadium is playing for in between innings. So that's it. So I'm obviously not talking at this point. So it's able to very easily pick up the music that's getting played to just kind of help entertain the crowd in between innings, and also music for the players while they're out there too. And so I keep getting these notifications of this is going to get taken down. This is going to get taken down, and it all says because of 50 seconds. That's it. 50 seconds. And you used to be able to appeal it and say, look, this was played at a public venue, university. The music wasn't even, the main part of the broadcast. And, this is 50 seconds out of a 2-hour game, this is it. And you used to be able to, okay, it'd go away and the game would stay up. Or even sometimes they would mute just that one small section. Like, hey, you want to mute that and leave the game up? Fine. I'm fine with that. Go ahead and mute that little part. I have no problem. I'm not talking that. The game's not going on. But now they're not even caring about muting that 150 seconds. They're taking down the entire damn game. And so I tried an appeal. It lost. You could appeal again, but then you keep getting repeated warnings from Facebook all the way up until you're about to hit that last yes, go forward with it, that if you lose this one again, that your whole page is going to get taken down. Not just that game, your whole page is going to get taken down. So I thought, okay, if I actually go forward with this and lose again, my whole team's page is going to be gone for I don't know how long. It'll be taken down for a while. Like, oh, great. So now the team's going to suffer because of 50 seconds of a song. Like, really? They're going to take it down just because of that. And so now I'm going to have to try and buy my own equipment to where I can hopefully hook it into whatever I'm using to live stream the game so that people can watch it. And not just Marshall fans of the other team watch it too, and they love it because there's no other stream available for the game. And so now I'm going to have to try and buy my own equipment so I can plug into that, so then when it goes to a break, I can hit mute. And when I first started doing it, I was stopping the live stream after each half inning because I knew that was going to be a problem. But then fans were obviously complaining, and Coach told me, she said, look, people are saying that this is really hard to follow, that they can't just leave the game up, because it keeps getting cut off and they have to then, reload and come back to it. And I said, well, we're going to run into the problem because the music playing in between each half inning. Well, for that first year, it wasn't that big of a deal. However, here recently, the music groups, I actually got a few notifications maybe a month ago that were for games from 2018. Not even from this last year. They're going back. Yeah, they're going back.
That's what the I think it is the FCC. It's the same people with the YouTube thing. They are going back. They're sweeping.
Yeah.
I haven't made a YouTube video I'm contemplating whether I want to keep doing it because I don't have up to no $42,000 if I put a word in there, because my stuff is not for children.
Yeah.
But if I put one word in there or one thing in there, and he's trying to get our children. Evil immigrant.
No, dirty immigrant. No.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So, I don't get it. If poor people start finding something to get rich, it's guaranteed that the rich companies are going to horn in on it and push the poor man out. It doesn't matter what it is. They're going to come, ooh, money to be had. It's kind of like marijuana. Everybody's like, yeah, they're legalizing it. Well, you just wait.
Yeah.
It's going to be just like cigarettes. Those rich companies are going to come in, they're going to have patent seeds, and they're going to say, you can't do this.
It's going to end up being really expensive.
And it's going to be laced with chemicals.
Yeah, and you're going to be sitting there going, man, if I could only just find the old weed man again.
Yeah, and the thing about it is, too, it's not like they're going to let you grow your own. They're going to make that illegal.
Yeah.
It's illegal to catch rainwater. Why do you think it's illegal to catch rainwater? So that you could use the water in your house and pay the utility company. Yeah. Yeah.
Or go to the store and buy the bottled water.
Exactly. Yeah. That's why it's and people are thinking, and then they use the thing. Well, it's polluted. Well, who polluted?
Yeah. But
rich people are smart.
But if you've got a filter or obviously boiling it, boiling water, you can get rid of a huge amount.
Yeah.
I mean, why else when there ends up being some water main problem and they tell you, hey, if you're going to use the water in your house, make sure you boil it. That's what's going to make it safe. You got to boil it.
I don't even trust that anymore because we don't know what they're putting in the water.
Yeah. I mean, I've got a filter in my refrigerator that a Brita filter. So whenever I'm drinking water, I'm having it run through that first. And I mean, yeah. Oh.
I don't know, man. I don't know how we gonna fix this, brother. It's the mindset that's the problem now.
Yeah.
It's the mindset. It's the
I mean, honestly, and this can be a topic of conversation for another time. It's the same thing with guns. The problem is us.
Yeah.
A gun will just lay there on a table and not do a thing. But if we continue to hate each other,
oh yeah,
there you go.
You know what I mean? It's like,
and I mean, you're right. Unless you are, because I've even seen it here, in my time in school. Unless you are the rich connected kid or the one who constantly kisses butt, you're not going to get a whole lot of help.
No.
I mean, think about you when you said you walked into Dr. Turner's office and said, hey, what do I need to be able to do to make sure I can get a job in journalism when I get done? He said, oh, you're black, you're fine.
Yeah.
Or even what you said with the English professors when you went to them and you said, hey, what route do I need to take to try and get something published? And they said, figure it out yourself.
Yeah. You know what I mean?
But if you had been that kid from a rich family that is like, oh, if we help them, they might give back to our department.
Yeah.
Because then they might get rich and give back to us because they'll be like, oh, weren't they so helpful? Here.
Yeah.
But, and when I went through school here, I didn't kiss butt left and right. I'm sorry. I can't do it.
I'm too tall. I can't bend that low.
That'll hurt a little bit for you to try and get back up from that.
I'm telling you.
I mean, I've been told here recently, you better learn to kiss the ring. You better learn to play the game. I'm like, no.
Same thing with dating.
No.
Same thing with dating. Learn to play the game. No, dude, this ain't no game. This is matters of the heart.
Yeah.
This ain't no game. They're talking about, there's no game here, man. And kissing somebody's butt at work to get her wrong, it's no game. That's people's livelihood. That's how they eat. That's how they pay their rent. And you got, and it's other, and, like managers in places like those, they're poor people too.
Mm-hmm.
And then they turn around and want to treat you like nothing.
Yeah.
And that's another thing too. This proves this too. Like, okay, if there's a problem, they come into the simple employees and cursing them out.
Mm-hmm.
And you're going, well, we don't really have any control over that. You may need to call corporate. They ain't going to call corporate. Why would I bother the rich man when I could tell that he's nothing?
Yeah.
Why would I bother that rich man? He don't need me bothering him. He's too busy making money. This
I'm
fool ain't
gonna
making
come
no
scream
money.
at you.
Yeah, because you ain't making no money.
Well, they also probably know if they go scream at the rich man, they're gonna sit there and go, "So what?"
Yeah, but no, because a rich man is really good at going, oh yeah, we will take care of it, and they come, oh yeah, that rich man's going to help us.
But
that's why they don't like unions.
well, inside their head they're going. The rich man inside their head they're going, "So what?"
Yeah.
I mean, look, when I worked at Burger King and when we would have people who would get angry with us and you would actually try to say truth to them and then they would say, "Well, I'm going to take my business elsewhere." I'm like, "Fine, go ahead." Because, look, I'm sorry. At a place like Burger King, we have two people who decide they're going to go to Wendy's instead. So what? Burger King's not going to fold. I'm not going to lose my job because two people walked out and said they're never coming back. Because, in fact, the people who said they were never coming back, thank you. No, they didn't, thank God. That,
my experience, and we always come back.
Oh, no, we were thankful they didn't come back because then we didn't have to put up with their crap. I know I've told this story. I don't know if I've told the story here on the podcast of that preacher that used to come in all the time. And I would always, and definitely a rich one too, because I didn't work on Sundays during my senior year of high school. I said it was because of I need to make sure I had my homework right because, it's my senior year. I got to make sure I get everything done. Really, it's because I wanted to watch football. But anyway, so in the summer I started working on Sundays again, but I had always kept hearing about this preacher that would come in. And the managers never took care of it. They said this guy would come in. He would treat everybody there like they were absolute dirt. He would rip on them. He would make fun of them. He would yell at them. He would do all of these things. I'm like, man, why don't you guys say anything to him? Why don't you guys kick him out? Tell him don't come back. Oh, we can't do that. I'm like, what do you mean you can't do that? Like, if he's coming in and treating everybody, including the managers, like you are nothing, he doesn't need to come back here anymore. And so I would keep trying to tell the managers, I'd talk to the managers, like, why don't you all step in and do something instead of letting him talk to your employees like this? We can't. I mean, they were afraid of him. And so finally, my first Sunday, I get in there, and when I walked in, it was funny. The people who were there, they went, "Oh, thank goodness you're here. We want you to see this guy." And sure enough, he came in, and I was in the back at the time. And I didn't see him walk in. Somebody came over and kind of nudged me like, "Hey, he's here." So I kind of go. I'm still in the back, but I thought, let me walk forward a little bit because I want to pay attention to this because also too, when you're only hearing one side of the story, it could be we might be doing something stupid, and then he's letting us have it for it, or whatever. But so I'm standing there, and he comes in with 3 women with him. And he's not a Mormon preacher either, so it's not like you can say, "Oh, those are his wives or whatever." And there's no other guys. It's him and 3 women, and of course they're all, and whatever, and giggling with everything he says,
fawning all over him.
And so anyway, the poor girl that was up front, brand new. There's even a sign on the register that says, "Please be patient with me. I'm new." This might have been like the end of her first week. I mean, brand spanking new. And he just immediately starts doing things to try and confuse her. And then starts going after her, telling her that she's stupid and she's not going to amount to anything, and because you can't do this simple little job. And of course, the women with him are, just giggling and whatever. Nobody's even trying to tell him, "Hey, look at the sign. Can't you read that? This girl's new." But no. So finally, I came walking around front, and I said, "What's the problem?" Because at this point, when he walked in, our manager that night went and hid in the back. He was like, marched into the back and shut the door to the office. So I walk up front, and I said, "What's the problem?" And he starts going off, and I said, "Well, hang on." I said, "She's new. Be patient with her." And he keeps going on and on and on, and just like basically doing everything but cussing us out. He's a preacher. You can't swear, right? And so I'm trying to calm him down. This poor girl's standing there just like, "I don't think I want to work here anymore." And so finally, I said, "You know what? That's it. I've had enough." I said, I said, you're a preacher, right? And he goes, yes. And I said, what is the golden rule? Treat people how you want to be treated? Love one another as I have loved you? Yes. And I said, okay, well, I'm going to give you a taste of your own medicine. Get the out. And, of course, the women, you know.
How dare the devil?
Yeah. And he just looked at me. He said, excuse me? I said, I didn't stutter. And unlike you not reading this sign here that says, please be patient with me, I'm new, I know you heard me. Get the out. And he started, and he was like, I don't want to speak to your manager. I said, you don't need to speak to him. He's hiding in the back from you right now because he doesn't want to deal with your garbage. I said, I have been hearing constant stories about how you come in here and belittle us and keep telling everybody that works here that they're not going to amount to anything, that we're worthless, that we're garbage and whatever. And I said, Mick, get out of here. We don't need this anymore. Leave and don't ever come back. And he still goes, I want to speak to your manager. I said, believe me, he is not going to come out here and talk to you. I said, you don't have to talk to him. I can deal with you out. You know, and of course, everybody that I'm working with still just standing there with mouths wide open. And of course, the women are, oh my gosh, oh my.
Beelzebub.
Yeah. And so finally, the last thing, you know, and he said, we're taking our business elsewhere. We're never coming back. Good. That's what I just said.
Yeah.
Like, don't come back. We don't need you. I was like, we will go on just fine without your business. Trust me. And so right before he walked out the door, he turned around and goes, you're going to hell, son. And I said, save me a seat. I'll see you there. And he tried to slam the door, but the doors were made so you can't slam them. So, you know, they just march off and whatever. And at least for the rest of that summer, I worked every Sunday. They never came back in. And everybody that I'm working with standing, you know, I turn around and I see them all now standing there with their mouths wide open. And I just went, what? Like, come on, don't tell me you all didn't want to say that. And they go, yeah, but we didn't think we could. Like, what do you mean? And like, this guy is coming in here and treating you like you're nothing.
Yeah.
We shouldn't have to put up with that. And then finally, the manager peeks his head around the corner and goes, is he gone? And I went, yeah, took care of him for you. He's never coming back. You're welcome. It's just...
Dude,
we have got to stop treating people like that.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. It just, you know, we keep hearing the whole pay it forward thing.
Yeah.
Somebody does something nice to you, then you go do something nice for somebody else. You know what? That actually works.
Yeah. But you see, here's the thing. It doesn't have
we
to
might
always...
have to split this thing into 2 episodes.
Nah, we could do an hour.
Okay.
Yeah. But it doesn't have to be material things.
No, I know
you
that.
pay forward some love, some compassion, or something like that. But people, when they think of paying forward, they think of somebody buying their food at McDonald's.
Yeah. Yeah. And you know what? Sometimes it's even something as nice as somebody just smiling at you when you're walking by. Because you might be having just a god-awful, miserable day, and then suddenly somebody looks at you and they just give you a smile.
You see, and that's my problem. I smile too much at work, so everybody thinks, well, you're always really pleasant when I come in here. Well, you want me to be like a bitch to you? Excuse my expression. But here's another thing, another story to go along with that. And immigrants do that to immigrants too. I was eating at this Chinese restaurant down the street here a few years ago. Mm-hmm. And there was a doctor. He's sitting there with his Caucasian friends, and he's Indian.
Okay.
And you know, the Caucasians were like nice to this lady. It was a Chinese lady, and she couldn't really speak English, but she know how to do the job.
Yeah.
And he asked for the Indian guy asked for a spoon. He's a doctor too. He's a doctor or something. And you don't know. He sat like berating this woman. You don't know what. And this soup. You're not even Chinese. How you know what the soup is like? You know what I mean? But anyway, he's like, this is not a spoon. Are you stupid? And I was sitting there and I was like, man, he's really talking to her like that. Mm-hmm. I could barely understand the dude. But he's acting like if, you know, because he's a doctor, everybody could understand his mumbo jumbo English. So I'm sitting there and I'm for like every time she goes and she comes back, he just lit into her. Yeah. I finally went over and I said, dude, shut up. You're from India. Mm. You know, I know what it's like there. Don't come here acting like that. Mm-hmm. I'm from a third world country myself. I don't treat people like that. Yeah. Yeah, and his friends were like, uh-huh. Because, you know, a 7-foot guy come over to the table and say, shut up, I'm trying to eat here. Yeah. You over here yelling at this poor woman, and the little waitress is standing there.
She went, oh, my hero.
And he's tall. Not like
oh, man.
But, yeah, I mean, I was like, no, shut up. and let me eat in peace. I ain't trying to hear you talk down to nobody. You know,
Yeah.
I'm trying to eat here in peace.
Mm-hmm.
They were, but they were quiet after that. He didn't say a damn thing after that. You know, he ate his food, was satisfied or dissatisfied. I don't know how he left, but I don't know if he left satisfied. But it's like, but you see, that's the thing. Other people will see people treating other people like that, and in general, sometimes they do, but in general, they just watch it. Or they'll flip out their phone and take it and put it on YouTube.
Yeah, and then in a lot of cases too, especially if that person throwing the temper tantrum gets exactly what they want.
Yeah.
Oh, so that's how I get what I want.
Yeah.
Oh, all right. So then the next time when they're somewhere not getting exactly what they want, they're gonna flip out and go off.
Yeah.
You know.
And I see a lot of videos on YouTube where people are just cursing out, you flipping burgers. Well, you're here buying it because you're hungry. If I don't sell it to you, you're going to starve right now.
Yeah.
And you're here because it's cheaper than down there by the other place. So shut up and get your food.
Yeah.
Like somebody don't put cheese on their burger. Personally, I don't eat burgers, but I'm not going to be a big fuss because there's no cheese on my burger.
There was one time we were at a restaurant traveling with softball, and I ordered a steak, and I like to get mine at least medium, but a lot of times I'll ask for medium well because it seems like sometimes if you ask for medium, you get it kind of undercooked.
Yeah.
And now look, I know eating a rare steak is not going to kill me. It's not like eating uncooked chicken, or whatever. It's not going to poison me, but okay, if I get it that way, I'll deal with it.
Yeah.
I'm not going to ask to send it back. Well, unfortunately, in this one case, I just happened to make a comment of, oh, well, this wasn't done quite how I asked. And I said, oh, well, fine. Well, the head coach, who is unfortunately of the mindset of, no, that's not what you wanted. You're going to get what you want. She calls over the waiter and says, his steak needs to go back. It's underdone. And I said, it's fine. I can deal with it. And she's, no. That's not what you wanted. You need to send it back. And I said, no, it's fine. I can deal with this. It won't kill me. I'll be okay.
Yeah.
And the waiter's standing there going, like, I mean, he's got this look of like, I have no idea what to do right now. And she keeps, and she's getting louder. And I was like, Coach, it's fine. I can deal with this.
Yeah.
Like it does not need to go back. And so finally I looked at the waiter and went, it's fine.
Yeah.
I'm good.
Yeah.
And he goes, are you sure? And I said, I'm fine. Like, next time I won't even mention that it's done. I'm like, oh my God. And after he walked away, she's like, no. That's not what you ordered. And I said, it's fine. It's basically what I ordered.
Yeah.
Now, yes, if I had ordered some chicken and I went, ooh, this doesn't look cooked. I'm like, yeah, that can make me sick.
Yeah.
But a rare steak won't make me sick.
Yeah.
I might not quite enjoy it as much, but I can still eat it.
Man, you could put some sauce and stuff
on
it.
Oh, well, I was putting sauce on it anyway.
Yeah.
But, I mean, even if it was done the way I wanted to,
Yeah.
I'm putting sauce on it anyway. But still, it was, I'm like, calm down. And that's another thing where, it's like, okay, if I did ask, I would have just asked him, like, hey, I hate to do this, but could this, be cooked?
Not you, boy.
Yeah.
This is not done right.
Yeah.
Take it back.
I would not have been yelling and making a big scene out of it, because that's also a way to get
your food spatted.
Like, this flavoring doesn't look right on there. I think I'm not going to eat this now. But, I mean, it just... Like you even told me when a certain thing happened between me and a coworker.
Yeah.
When you said, look, when you confront them about it and talk to them about it, be nice about it at first. Because it will get you somewhere, and it did.
Yeah.
And she apologized for what she had said in front of everybody.
Yeah.
Because I approached it nice. I didn't just walk in there storming and throwing a fit over it. I walked in and I said, what happened? Now, what did you say? Now, why did you say this? It works.
It works out. It works way more than when you, and that's what the people at the grocery store don't understand. Customers, when you come up to me and go, hey, why isn't there any milk here? I'm thinking, well, I'll just walk back there, look around, and come back and say there's no milk. I didn't see that.
Yeah. But I mean, if somebody's being rude about it, even if you do end up helping them, it makes you definitely less reluctant to do it.
Oh, yeah.
And a lot of times you choose not to I mean, like the fool that came into Burger King.
Yeah.
I'm not going to help you if you're going to talk to us like that.
Exactly. You know what I mean? But corporations want you to put up with it and have you talk down to.
Yeah.
And that's why
because the customer is always right.
Yeah.
Bull crap.
and that is why people treat you like that. And
that is seriously the most entitled statement ever.
Yeah.
Is the customer is always right.
Yeah.
Because that is pure weapons grade baloney.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, that is just...
and people
I'm
actually...
sorry. You know what? I know when I was working at Burger King, I made some mistakes on orders and things like that. But most of the time, especially when you're putting it into the register and you repeat it back to them, okay, this is what you ordered. Yes. And now I have the receipt and everything is on here and I hand it to you and then you tell me it's wrong. And I'm going, no. I repeated it back to you and you said, yes, this is what's on here. What exactly is wrong? So.
See, no, yeah, just like cops, fast food people should have cameras now. No, because you can't have cameras to the drive-through, but at least record it. So when the customer goes, that's not what I say. Blip. Listen, hear what you say.
Yeah.
But they're still going to go, I'm right, I'm the customer. They're still going to say that.
Yeah. Oh,
you
yeah.
know what I mean?
And I've heard that before, too, when you can basically prove to them, beyond a shadow of a doubt.
Yeah, then they...
basically to the point where if you were in a court of law, they would go, yeah, he's right and you're wrong. That they would go, well, I'm the customer. The customer is always right.
Yeah. You know what I mean? I hear that, I watch a lot of YouTube videos where they have people throwing fits and stuff, and I hear, I'm a customer, or I'm calling corporate. Corporate don't care about you, nor do they care about that worker behind that counter.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? And if what you complaining about is going to make corporate lose some money, and it's going to, how should I put this? Let me see. If corporate is going to lose money and you're going to gain money, corporate's going to go gain their money. They're not going to help you gain your money.
Exactly. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Now, if you're going to gain something and the employee's going to lose something, go ahead.
Yeah.
Make it rain. You know what I mean? But anyway, we better get off here, dude. You have to go toil here. And I'm going to rest up a bit before I go toil.
Well, I will say this. I'm going to be working on a video for former softball player Aliana because she has an opportunity. She was asked about an invite for a tryout for a show. Yeah. Apparently they're going to make a series of A League of Their Own. And she was asked, so she had asked me, she said, where can I get some video of me playing? And I asked her what she was looking for, and so she finally told me what it was about. I was like, okay, I got you.
Yeah.
I was like, I'll make something for you, And I keep asking her because I keep getting other ideas that I want to do. I keep saying, I was like, hey, how soon do you need this? Because, I got a couple more ideas. She's like, oh, no, it's whenever you get it done, it's fine. And I said, okay, I'll have it done this week. So I'm going to be going and working on that.
Good old Ollie.
Oh, yeah. Hey, you know what? And I have no problems doing something for her because, she and I have kept in contact since she left. So
she kept in contact with me, and I didn't really know her when she was here.
And, when I had the surgery done, she was one of the 3 players that I told.
Yeah.
One of the 3 former players that I told. So, because they were the ones that I thought would actually really care.
Yeah.
That I was having this done and that something potentially bad could happen.
Yeah.
I wasn't worried. My mom certainly was. But
yeah. But you know what I mean? Dude, we got to start showing some compassion to each other. We got to stop treating each other like I'm better than you because I'm a nurse and you're a bagger. We got to stop treating each other because you know what? When it all comes down to it, you're just a working stiff like me. The ones with the money. You know what I mean? Okay, we opened on New Year's Day yesterday. You know what I mean? And all these people are coming in. I'm sorry you're working on New Year's Day. I'm here because you coming here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And another thing, too. Okay, I'll draw a reference. If they try to do that on the island, you know what, you're going to show up to work?
Well, it's just like how, unfortunately, now we have stores opening up on Thanksgiving.
Oh, yeah.
Because just Black Friday is not enough for you.
Yeah.
Oh, no, we got to have them come in earlier. So, we could open at 5 a.m. on Friday. No. Why don't we open at 5 p.m. on Thursday?
But you see, they're testing the waters.
Oh, yeah.
That's what they're doing.
Oh, yeah. And
then
people will still go.
Oh, yeah. Then it's going to be 12 p.m. Then it's going to be 8 a.m.
Yeah,
then it's going to be
a regular work day.
Yeah. You know what I mean? And then once they're done with Thanksgiving, they go in after Christmas. You mark my word. You mark my word. They are going after Christmas. One of my co-workers yesterday says, I think you're psychic. I think you're Madame Cleo's for Christmas or something. I'll tell you off the mic why that is.
Yeah.
But anyway, we better get out of here and think. This is the Dirty Immigrant.
This Scotland.
Man, just treat each other with respect. All right? Don't let that system get you down.
It's the Rudebuoyz. We're out.